What is up, guys? Welcome back. Today we are joined by my dog Mateo here, and we're gonna be sitting down and just yapping because that is the type of content I like enjoying the most, if I'm being honest. And I know the video says getting rich is boring, so you're like, ooh, like I'm interested to see like what this idiot has to say. So as that idiot, I just want to sit down and talk. Now, first of all, by all means, this isn't me. Like, this video is not going to be me like flexing and just like acting out of touch or anything like that, because honestly the title is not necessarily even about money. That's not really what I mean by getting rich. But I just want to sit down and talk to you guys because recently I've been kind of experiencing, I guess, like what the video title says. So obviously, growing up, or at least like my, I guess, high school life, I only really had one goal in mind, one thing that I cared about, and that was to make money. Now, why did I want to make money? Just a couple reasons. First of all, I always used to see, bro, I don't know what my dog is doing, but I used to always see videos of other kids online. This was like, 2019, 2020. I'd see the lifestyle clips and they'd be like young kids and like, dude, like that's the dream right there. That's the dream, right? So I always wanted to do that. And on top of that, I also really loved cars. I loved cars, and I was like, dude, like, I gotta own some supercars like one day, like, and this has to be the only way to get them, at a young age. So that instilled the mindset of, hey, I want to make money. Now, obviously, in the beginning, I just thought that, okay, I was gonna get some job, and that was going to be the way I was gonna get money. And then eventually I realized that, hey, I'm going to enjoy my life, or at least I thought, my life a lot better if I was working for myself. And my dog is tweaking out right now. So that's the journey I embarked on, was like, okay, I'm going to learn how to make money. I'm going to try my best to make money. And all right, we're going to leave him be. So that was the start of my journey. And throughout high school, or at least most of high school, I guess the second half of high school, that is what I dedicated my life to. I spent 2 years where pretty much that was the only thing I did. Every single day, what would I do? I would wake up, I would go to school, or I'd skip school or half of school, and I would, work. What was I gonna say? I'd go to school, I'd come back, I'd just be working, and I pretty much got into this loop 6 months. I don't think I left my house at all. I literally was just working on my craft, I guess. Okay, that sounds corny as fuck, but you guys know what I mean. So pretty much dedicated a year of my life, started making a little bit of money, and said, okay, I'm going to I'm gonna move out, like I'm gonna lock in, I'm gonna move out, I'm gonna be on my own, and I'm gonna make this shit work. So obviously spent another year of my life just working, right? Everything, trying to set myself up, all this stuff. Finally moved out. I think this was in like September now, so it's February now. Damn, is that 5 months? Wow, that's actually crazy. I did not realize. Maybe my timing is off, but I feel like time flies. But I obviously moved out here, and now what I'm realizing, guys, is it's not really what I imagined, right? It's not really what I imagined. What you guys have to realize, if you're watching this video, I'm guessing maybe that's your goal or one of your goals. When I didn't have any, money, my only goal was to have money, because when you don't have something, you obviously want to work towards having it, right? But once you reach that point, that's when you have to, that's when you start to look at other external factors of your life, right? And the answer is, it's obviously not going to fill you. It's not going to give you happiness, right? And the whole process, is boring, right? Obviously, like when you guys are at school, right? You get stuck in the loop, or you think of this loop. It's like, okay, school, work, go to bed, blah, blah, like just keep on doing that, right? When I was working, right? When I was like grinding, I guess my grind phase, whatever you want to call it, I was doing the same thing. It's like, okay, I'd go to school, I'd, bust my ass off. I'd just be working all day. I would just, because I wanted it so bad, right? And that is boring. Obviously, it's boring. It's a pretty big loop. Now, it's going to be the same thing. Guys, I do the same thing every single day. I do the same thing every single day. Yes, at scale you make more money, but you're still gonna do the same thing. It's the same loop, right? And that's what I realized, like, okay, obviously the pursuit of money is not what's going to bring you any happiness, okay? If you haven't realized this by now, it's not gonna bring you any fulfillment. And if anything, it can become a very negative thing. And that's what I started to realize as well. Once you just start chasing a larger figure, a larger number that ultimately does not matter, it won't really change your life, right? Maybe besides, some materialistic things. And ultimately that just becomes you chasing materialism. It doesn't have to do anything with your happiness, right? And, it really just made me think. It made me sit down and think. And I realized that obviously, being the richest person is not the goal, and it never was the goal. The goal is obviously having some freedom in your life. Now, to an extent, obviously the more you make, the more stress you're gonna be, the more problems you're gonna have to deal with. That's just how life works. But again, I've come to realize this, and other people you guys might watch online, that's kind of the one thing that I guess annoys me. I'm gonna bring my dog back here if he's going to be down to chill. But one of the things that annoys me is these, I used to watch certain YouTubers, right? And I'd see this glorified lifestyle and I'd be like, damn, this is the dream. Once I get this, my life is complete, all this stuff. And I was like, bro, one day, right? Obviously you get to that point yourself, but now the even crazier part is once you meet some of these people, because I've met a lot of people that you've probably seen online that I'm friends with, they tell me the same thing. They have the same thing. They're gonna tell me the same thing. Their life is relatively lonely. They are still in the same loop and they're trying to do the same thing as me and find some fulfillment, find some purpose, right? And I guess that's the whole kind of aspect that people don't really talk about. Because I think that at least in 2025 the last couple of years, the whole online money thing has just become this super, super, super glorified. It's everyone wants to. And from an external factor, it's the dream, right? It's the dream. But ultimately, it's the same thing that everyone's gonna tell you. If you're not doing something you're passionate about or at least enjoy in a certain aspect, you're not really going to get fulfillment from that item, right? Just because some people glorify it online does not mean maybe that's what you want to do. Does not mean you want to force yourself to do something that you're not going to enjoy, right? And that ultimately falls back. And a lot of you guys might not realize that, and you will realize that, right? If your goal is if you genuinely are passionate about not working for someone else, right? You're genuinely passionate about doing something for yourself. And it's not because you see some cool TikTok clips or some YouTube lifestyle edits. No, it's because that is genuinely your passion, then go for it. But the issue I see is people get influenced by media. They go against what they, truly believe, their values, whatever you want to call it, because they see some stuff online, right? And I never want it to be like that. Whenever I record content because I genuinely enjoy it. I think some of you guys might get inspired that are willing to do that. And I like to speak my mind and I tell you guys how it is, right? I'm not sugarcoating. And if anything, a lot of you guys, okay, another thing too. A lot of you guys think I just come here and then just not beg for compliments, but act insufferable and out of touch. And I would say the same shit if I was watching my own video 2 years ago, but I'm being completely real with you guys. I was literally just on the phone with my parents, my mom, and I was just talking to her for 30 minutes. I wonder if she's gonna be watching this. I don't know. Maybe my dad is. He's telling me he's watching my YouTube videos now, so that's cool. But I was just on the phone with my mom for 30 minutes and I was telling her because she told me while I was going for this whole journey, she gave me some podcasts to watch about I think the guy that built Spotify and he made $1 billion before 30. And she was like, in the video, he said that, okay, you know, money isn't going to bring in fulfillment, all this stuff. And like, he was actually the most miserable after he got the money. And I always told my mom, I was like that's the dumbest thing I've heard. Like, life is going to be amazing. Like, just wait for this to work out. And now on call, she was like, when I was telling her, like, I genuinely am not extremely excited to wake up in the morning. I feel like I'm pretty much stuck in a loop. And she was saying that, hey, like, I did tell you this, you know, what was I gonna say? I did tell you this like a year and a half back, and I was like, yeah, I guess you're right. And this isn't me like, now it sounds like I'm fucking complaining or anything, no. But my whole point is, guys, whatever you know, genuinely want to chase with your life or achieve with your life, focus on doing that. Don't get swayed by thinking that stuff is different, right? Obviously, the access to money will give you an aspect of freedom, and it might help you do things you are passionate about. Once you center your whole life around making a figure, you're not going to have fulfillment, right? And, you know, going back to, your life is going to be boring, right? Obviously, you're just going to spend most of your days doing the same stuff. So yeah, wow. This sounded like, now that I'm thinking back to what I said, this sounds like the most fucking depressing video I've ever made. And I don't think it should be that either, but I don't know. I kind of wanted to sit here, yap about, I don't know, things that were on my mind. And we got the dog now. So this guy, bro, bro. Okay, maybe I'm being annoying with my dog, but I'm so glad that I got this dog because bro is genuinely making me a lot happier. You know, we got this little dog running around now and peeing all over my house. So we got that. I'm very happy I did get my dog. Keep on going out of topic, but yeah, I don't know. I kind of want to sit down. It's been a minute since I've talked with the camera. I honestly like talking to the camera. I feel like, what was I gonna say? I feel like some of you guys maybe relate or just appreciate someone talking to the camera, and I just like speaking my mind, I don't know, on media sometimes. So I guess that's what we're doing in this video, but let me know. Oh, look at him. Oh, I got my dog. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. I just yapped, and I wonder, we'll see by the comments if I get a bunch of hate comments and people are calling me stupid, or if you guys enjoyed the video. But that's pretty much it. I don't know. If you guys have any suggestions of what you want me to do, or like what you guys enjoy, I don't know. I enjoyed this kind of content, but obviously you guys are the one watching it. So that's pretty much it. I will catch you guys.